Real Madrid, of course, usually wear all white. Here they're in all blue. And in just a moment there will be a 1-minute silence as a tribute to those who died at Sheffield at Hillsborough last Saturday. So the play will go on until the first stoppage, which may seem rather strange, but that is what happens. Plays going on, and here is Francisco Bullo, the Real Madrid goalkeeper. Gallego, who's always the sweeper in the Real Madrid lineup. Forward from him, and they'll be looking to get the ball forward quickly for Hugo Sanchez to use his pace. But coming out there was Giovanni Galli, the Milan goalkeeper. Two of the great names over the years, of course, in European competition. AC Milan have won the European Cup twice, in 1963 when they beat Benfica, and again in 1969. And now, in fact, we do have the 1-minute silence as a mark of respect for those who died so tragically at Hillsborough last Saturday. The announcement is just being made in the stadium. Walk alone, ringing around at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. Used to be always known, of course, as the San Siro Stadium, but now play goes on. We're back with the action, and Bullo certainly in action as he had to come off his line, with Van Basten coming in on him. Very much the onus will be on AC Milan in front of their own passionate fans here. They are fervent football fans in Italy, and that pressure increased by the fact that it looks as though Inter Milan, the great neighbours and rivals, are going to win the Italian Championship this season. They're very much on course for that. So imperative for AC Milan to win the European Cup. And they were their happiest side after the first leg in Madrid, with that Marco Van Basten header in the second half, giving them a 1-1 scoreline there. But Real Madrid have come back almost like Harry Houdini from some extraordinary situations in Europe. They once scored 5 times in a cup tie, having lost the first leg by 4 goals. So they are capable of extraordinary feats. Here is Gallego, just chipping the ball forward with the outside of his foot. Sanchez taking it on the chest, and the ball through here is for Paco Llorente, who's starting the game in the number 6 shirt, with Gordillo, who usually wears 6, going to number 3. And a yellow card for Hugo Sanchez, who you could say reacted dramatically. He went down as though poleaxed. So the first caution of the game goes to the little Mexican. And that certainly produced some ironic cheering from the Italian fans who know all about Sanchez. Baresi, splendid defender, Franco Baresi. That's Michel over on the far side, and Butragueño, beaten but unfairly so by Ancelotti. Schuster. And it will be very much in Real Madrid's minds that last Sunday they lost their unbeaten record in domestic competition in Spain when they lost 2-0 to Celta of Vigo. After 27 matches unbeaten, they finally came unstuck, and they did not play well. And whether mentally 2 or 3 of their players had been waiting for this game instead, we shall wait and see. That was Gordillo trying to get a shot in, and wins Real Madrid's first corner. Colombo seems reluctant to give the ball to Martin Vasquez, who is also restored to the side. He came on as a second-half substitute against Celta. First corner for Real Madrid. They were looking for Sanchez on the far post. Here is Michel, and a very poor cross indeed. He's capable of better than that. The capacity here in the stadium is 76,500. There aren't many spaces around, I can tell you. The whole of Milan has been looking forward with some eager anticipation to this meeting ever since the draw was made. Many people felt this should have been the final, with Steaua Bucharest and Galatasaray from Turkey meeting in the other semi-final. Milan and Real Madrid, really two of the great names in soccer history. Good ball, played forward for Chendo. Chendo down the line to Martin Vasquez, but the situation beautifully read, and now Donadoni. They do transfer so quickly from defence to attack. Rijkaard with a good ball forward. It was just too long, in fact, for Colombo. Francisco Bullo, a 31-year-old Real Madrid goalkeeper, who's had a rather enigmatic season, been responsible for one or two goals that he shouldn't have let in. But his side are here in the semi-finals with Schuster. Good ball too, laid forward. Now Martin Vasquez inside the area, Sanchez. This is better, good approach from Real Madrid, and a flying leap out by Galli, punching the ball away. Still the danger not cleared, and the shot comes in from Michel. Michel, very good striker of the ball. He's got some venomous goals this season. And AC Milan hoping here to extract some revenge for a defeat 31 years ago in the European Cup final, when they were actually beaten by Real Madrid. Free kick here though. It's gone against the Spanish team. There is the coach, Arrigo Sacchi, who has had an extraordinary influence on Milan since coming from the Series B competition with Parma. It wasn't a big-name appointment by any means, but a successful one. Laid forward by Maldini. It would be so vital, of course, for Real Madrid if they could get the first goal, having been held at 1-1 in the Bernabeu Stadium. And it would certainly alter the complexion of the game if they were to score first. But for the moment, solid play by Costa Curta. They're being denied any space at all. Colombo, little flick header on, and Gullit tries to do the same. Couldn't quite emulate him. So Gallego, wide for Michel. Excellent play. He was in so quickly, hustling there. The chances here now for Colombo. Can he get the crossover? No, but he's got a corner off Gallego's ankles. And Milan come roaming and looking for the game's first goal. Ten minutes gone, no goals, and the corner taken by Donadoni short. Gets it back, and we'll have a throw this time. It was Schuster who got in the way of his attempted cross. Well, again asking Donadoni to try and do something, and that's a better attempt. Not a bad cross either for Van Basten, and just past the upright. Bouya had it covered, Gallego was there too. The first strike on goal is from the Dutchman, Marco van Basten. Michel will try and instigate something down that right touchline once more. Nice ball laid forward too. There's nowhere for Paco Llorente to go. A little bit unsettled in the crowd. They wanted the ball to go forward rather than to be transferred back to Gali. Who pumps it towards the head of Gullit. He gets a little shove in the back from Sanchez. A lot of World Cup action to come on Eurosport for the time being. We're looking at European Cup action with the prize, of course, that final place, the final to be held in Barcelona. That's on May the 24th. And one of these two will be meeting either Steaua Bucharest or Galatasaray. Butragueño trying to weave an opening for Hugo Sanchez, who is onside, and there'll be a free kick for Real. Schuster struck that one well, almost unnoticed. And goalkeeper Gali, almost with disdain, flicked it over the top. So a chance now. Real Madrid do have a great deal of variety at free kicks. Schuster either curls them with the right foot, or else Sanchez often hits them with the left from this sort of position. And they are the two players in discussion at the moment. As Donadoni asks a question of referee Pone. So a German and a Mexican here. The language should be interesting. Probably communicating in Italian. It's Schuster, and straight off the wall. I think it was Gullit probably, and innocuously past the post for a goal kick. The distinctive figure of Rafael Gordillo there, with his socks rolled down, as he always has them. Kick for backing in against Frank Rijkaard. Quickly taken to Martin Vasquez, who's done well. Good pattern he created there in weaving that ball over to the right. Couldn't quite find Hugo Sanchez with his cross though. So it's cleared by Maldini, but not very well. Michel now, the chance for Butragueño on the outside, and it'll be another corner. The vulture, as he's known, Emilio Butragueño there, winning the corner, which Michel will take. And it's an enterprising opening by Real Madrid. Oh, the ball fell finally for Sanchez. He just couldn't force it in. He has another corner though. Real Madrid know that they have to score here tonight, because a goalless draw would be of no value to them. Milan would go through on the away goals if that was the situation. So Leo Beenhakker, in training, will have told them all about getting men forward into the penalty area. It fell kindly for Rijkaard. But it's all Real Madrid at the moment, as Gallego finds Chendo. Michel, easily cut out by Maldini. Pitch in pretty good order here. Not played as many matches on it as they do in some of the other leagues in Europe. "30 league games, of course, took Milan to the League Championship last season, and amazingly they conceded a mere 14 goals in those 30 games. Some lovely interplay here, delightful with Rondo, unable to fasten on to that pass from Tassotti though. So the first quarter has gone by without a score. It had been 9 years before Milan had previously won the title in Italy. They took it, of course, from Diego Maradona's Napoli. The long searching ball is for Gullit, and Gullit is onside. Now there are problems here for Real Madrid, although as you can see they've got many men back in the penalty area. It's away by Gordillo. Splendid play, lovely interplay there. It was just too much, they were overcrowded in the end. Real Madrid at times can just get a little lackadaisical in defence, as they did there, and Van Basten might set something up for Milan. Could have done, but Sanchez read it. Real Madrid's strength, no question, is in their attack rather than in their defence. And this looks better. Butragueño. Oh, there must be an offside flag. Madrid's concentration has gone into this game in recent weeks. They seem to be well on course for a hat-trick of Spanish League titles. But the European Cup has eluded them in recent years. They've been beaten semi-finalists in the last 2 years, so they desperately want to avoid an unwanted hat-trick. Tassotti with the throw. Gullit came and made some space for him. Just couldn't get it through to Colombo though. Milan, apart from one very good move, haven't settled quite as yet, as we know they can play. But Gullit now spreads it. Ancelotti. And Ancelotti, oh, he's weaving some pretty patterns here, and Ancelotti strikes! And Ancelotti scores! What a magnificent goal! Carlo Ancelotti gives AC Milan the lead, and every Italian throat is roaring. But where was Buio? He was a long way off his line. It is all joy around Milan now, and Ancelotti, with a splendid strike from his right foot, gives Milan just the start they wanted. No wonder the firecrackers are being let off. Schuster makes his complaints to the referee, but Real Madrid are crestfallen. Ancelotti made the space for himself, struck it superbly, but Buio will be disappointed. The goalkeeper shouldn't be beaten from that range. Psychologically, it's a marvellous boost for the Italians. And what a contest we have now. AC Milan have manoeuvred themselves a 2-1 aggregate advantage. It's always worth remembering, of course, about away goals in Europe counting double, though, and so Real Madrid, as I said earlier, must get a goal, and if they do get one, then we're all back square again. So all is certainly not lost. Schuster. Gullit. Donadoni now. The ball forward for Van Basten is too long. And this has to be a test of nerve for the men from Madrid, and it's lost over there by Michel again. He was caught out, caught napping really, and now Frank Rijkaard wants to take part up front. Sanchez, good control. Well, there's a real bustle about the match now, as Martin Vasquez finds Sanchez loping down that touchline, pursued by Donadoni. Oh, and he's such a good, skillful player, Sanchez. He's just overdone it a touch. The danger is now he's got to get back very quickly, as Gullit breaks for Milan. Disappointing ball from Gullit, former European Footballer of the Year, of course. So AC Milan have just the start they needed, thanks to Carlo Ancelotti, the man they signed from Roma before the start of last season. And Gordillo is offside. He didn't think he was. I think actually that he broke from a good position, but the flag was already up. We can have another look here. Schuster was trying desperately to get back, and it was Schuster who was originally offside. Donadoni. Oh, nice play once more. Oh, an inspired run here. Tremendously skillful Maldini. Chendo is playing with a strapping around his right knee. He was injured in the first leg 2 weeks ago and has been struggling since. He didn't play, in fact, on Sunday in Real Madrid's league game. But let's have a look now at Van Basten, finding Colombo, just touching it back inside. There's no strength on the cross. And so Martin Vasquez brings it away, and it's a lively game. There's no question about that. An unfortunate ricochet just kept it away from Paco Llorente. Well, Real Madrid's tactics have to be obvious. They've simply got to get the goal, so they have to throw things into an attack. It's Donadoni. That's played forward by Costa Curta. Oh, and some excellent football here. On a corner kick, and that's it. They're really stringing their game together now. That was Ancelotti making further inroads into Real Madrid territory. Strain looks to be telling on the faces of players like Gallego. It shows much emotion, mind you. The corner is swung in. It's put behind again. No, Gullit manages to keep it in play, or does he not? No, he doesn't. And all the same, it will be a second corner kick for the home side. Donadoni is the man. And fired in there. And safely away. Well, struggling just a little bit to put their game together in these last 2 or 3 minutes. Some excellent play from AC Milan on the other hand, and Donadoni again brings Colombo into it, and it'll be yet another corner. So times of stress for the Spaniards. Support that the rapturous Italians are giving their side. Another chance to swing the cross in, and it's a header from Rijkaard! 2-0. And Frank Rijkaard is the man who's done it. It's a Scottish cross, and Rijkaard gets higher than anybody else and tucks it away. Real Madrid, 2 goals down here in Milan, have got a mountainous task ahead of them. Frank Rijkaard Ceuta were both just inside his right-hand upright, and that's exactly where he's been beaten again. And Real Madrid's defence now has been breached twice, and they must be fearful of more to come, the way Milan are taking this game by the throat. Ancelotti in 18 minutes, Rijkaard in 24 minutes, and Milan must feel as though they've almost got 1 foot in that European Cup final. I'm sure Real Madrid will point to the fact that there are still 65 minutes to go, but they've given themselves an awesome task. Oh, the fans happy. There is no doubt a certain irony in the fact that Real Madrid are coached by a Dutchman, Leo Beenhakker, and it's a Dutchman who has just scored against his team. Frank Rijkaard, who had such an outstanding European Championships along with Van Basten, getting that second goal, and really Real Madrid's central defenders must be kicking themselves for allowing him the room to get the goal. What it does mean in an overall situation is that AC Milan now hold a 3-goal lead, 3-1 lead I should say, and that means that Real have to score twice themselves now, in which event they would go through on the away goals if they were to get a 2-2 draw here. But that must seem a long way away for them. Lofty ambition. Gallego will try and lead from the back. Gordillo. And again, there are too many men around him. Nice play out of defence. Ancelotti, scorer of the first goal. Melted away from Baresi there, and he's played a splendid pass out to that touchline to Van Basten. No way through that time for the Dutch master. Michel. Good ball from him. Butragueño might just get in there, and the goalkeeper goes across. And Butragueño stumbled. Gali says nothing doing, Paul. He was thinking of a penalty, and the referee certainly hasn't given one. Butragueño was a little bit theatrical. Referee Gullit was not amused. And they're a bit fired up now, Real Madrid, and the way Martin Vasquez went diving in on that challenge has brought referee Pone hurrying across to have words with him. There were two tackles that seemed a little bit born of frustration there. So 50-year-old Alexis Pone, who has refereed in World Cup finals, just has a calming word with Martin Vasquez. This was the previous incident in which Butragueño took a dive. Just a reminder, during the half-time interval here in Milan, we'll be bringing you the highlights of other games, including that match between CFKA Sofia and Barcelona. So there's a great deal of interest in Spain in the way the games are going today. Martin Vasquez, delightfully rolling the ball inside for Gallego. And Gordillo, Sanchez looking for the ball over the top, which was read so easily and dealt with so capably by Baresi. Gullit, not a good header from him though. Schuster, oh Schuster losing it in the centre circle, and Ancelotti. Now Gullit, oh Gullit's left his man, and Gullit shot straight at Puyo, who parried it on the chest. Ruud Gullit always willing to have a crack from that sort of distance. But always feels that Gullit should get more goals with his ability than he does. He's got 3 this season in the Italian league. With a vast crowd here in the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, thoroughly enjoying things, unlike Leo Beenhakker, who does not appear to be too content at the moment. Hardly surprising with his side 2 goals in arrears. Great responsibility on the shoulders of Gallego, number 10 there. He is literally the sweeper and playmaker. And I know there was a feeling in Spain that Real Madrid were a little too casual perhaps in their approach to their league game against Celta last weekend, as a result of which they lost. And maybe, as we said earlier, a few of the players were thinking about this game, and once you've lost the rhythm in victory, it's hard to regain it. Certainly they've not caused too many problems for Giovanni Galli. There won't be any for him now. Well, we apologise if there was just a slight break on your transmission pictures then. And if there's a problem with the sound, we do apologise. We're doing everything we can about it. Well, Michel tried to take the free kick quickly, and none of his colleagues had seen the possibilities. Gallego streaming forward. Did well then. Martin Vasquez coming down the right touchline and then drifting inside. Schuster now. We'll be looking to the West German for something a bit special. He could try a shot himself here, and he just couldn't get it through, with Baresi again in the way. And Schuster's body check on Donadoni, not to the liking of the referee. Of course, we're at that stage of the season when there's a great amount of football being played around the world. These European competitions, quite something these days, with the colossal crowd here in Milan again. It's the home side now. We'll be looking for a first European Cup final victory in 20 years if they dispose of Real Madrid. Certainly things are going their way at the moment. 2 excellent goals, one from the foot of Ancelotti, one from the head of Rijkaard. Chendo giving it back to Gallego. Martin Vasquez. There's not been much for the Madrid supporters who've come here to cheer, but Schuster makes a good turn. He pivoted well then and tried to drill that ball out to the right touchline, but Paolo Maldini was there. Donadoni. Oh, ball for Colombo to chase. I think it's just going to be too long for him as Puyo comes out to assist. 3-1 it is on aggregate indeed. Ancelotti and Rijkaard very much the heroes of the night so far. Sanchez. That's a good pass. And Gordillo taking up an intelligent position. The cross is too long, but coming in is Michel. And that's the first time really that they've bisected the Milan defence. Good ball played over by Gordillo. Michel coming in has struck many a goal from this sort of position, but he couldn't find the target on this occasion. Stabbed at it. Gordillo inside Schuster. Now they are beginning to put one or two passes together, but Martin Vasquez rather hopeful with that one. Owen Sanchez almost hustled out of it by Gullit. Indeed he is in the end as Van Basten takes on his man down the touchline. Chendo has come across to mark him, but Van Basten will still get his crossover. Did really well there, Marco Van Basten. Schuster coming inside the Milan half, unable to locate Sanchez. Free kick on the back of Van Basten, who of course was the captain of Ajax when they won the European Cup Winners' Cup a couple of years ago. Scored the winning goal in fact against Lokomotiv Leipzig. And they'll be looking to Van Basten to extend their lead maybe. Scorer of the goal in the first leg in Madrid, after Hugo Sanchez had scored for the home side. Tassotti. Shouts to Costa Curta there to beware of the man approaching behind him. You obviously heard Ancelotti. As though it might well have been a free kick against Chendo, but referee Pone thought it was a good tackle, so Paco Llorente gives it out to Michel, looking for support from anybody, and he couldn't find Schuster. Rijkaard was the man between them. Sanchez gets past Donadoni. Ran away out of the tackle for Jorginho. Van Basten knocks it back again for Donadoni. One for Gullit to chase, he's offside. Well, how's the protest going up from the, well, I suppose you could say, rather biased Italian fans? I think he was offside. It was a close decision. The linesman flagged immediately, so Gallego. Poor ball from him though. Straight to Colombo, filling in the space at right back while Tassotti was away. And now he's back there. And Tassotti gives the ball forward. Again for Van Basten. What a skillful player this man is, and he's making space for himself. Van Basten still here. Could still get a crack in. Oh, splendid effort from Marco Van Basten. Parading all the skills that made him the European Footballer of the Year and the star of the European Championships. He did it all by himself there. All that was missing at the end of it was a goal. And Real Madrid are not finding it easy to live in the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. And they'll have to defend again now, 5 minutes from half-time. Gullit somehow gets the ball tangled up in his legs. There was an irony in this because the Italian crowd are chanting "Olé," which I always thought was Spanish, against the the Spanish team too. And, one misses the mark. But I would have thought if AC Milan can go into the interval with a 2-goal advantage, they will be utterly delighted with their first half efforts, and they've less than 5 minutes to achieve that. As Donadoni brings them forward again, but a poor ball now because Gullit had moved into the space he allocated. So Sanchez drives it towards Hugo Sanchez. I thought he was going to have a crack then. He is a specialist in the spectacular goal, Hugo Sanchez, but on that occasion he chose to pass. But Real Madrid do have that rarity, a corner in this half. They've been under the cosh for most of the time. There's doubt about the foul by one, number 11 on the other, Martin Vasquez on Ancelotti. Martin Vasquez has been in trouble with the referee once in this game. He's had a lecture, but he doesn't get one for that. So Ancelotti not quite restored to normal health, but he is on his feet. I would think the memory of his goal in the 18th minute will help him. No doubt the Italian press will proclaim him a hero in the morning if AC Milan go on to win this one. It was certainly a splendid goal, although Francisco Bullo must have been dejected to see it pass over the top of his head and into the net. Donadoni wriggles away. Rijkaard comes in support. Well, that was an unusual bit of action. It must have seemed like a slow motion replay. Bullo had already committed himself to the dive when the recovered Ancelotti struck it, hoping for a second goal, and the deflection took it wide. The goalkeeper's dive proved fruitless. But Tassotti, now the chance maybe. Oh, the header was a good one from Gullit. This time Bullo's positional play was good too. And Gullit with that little flick of the head, so characteristic, almost giving his side a 3-goal cushion. And certainly Real Madrid can ill afford to concede anything else in this tie. Baresi is the master of his own penalty area, and they won't mind wasting a little bit of time now. I'm sure they're only too aware that we've a minute to go in the half. As Rijkaard comes forward again, and Gullit still inside that penalty area, goes down. Two hearts were beating rather fast then in the Madrid support. Referee Pone has decided that there was certainly no free kick to be had for Gullit, who says you took a dive. Gullit can't quite believe it. The tackle was certainly a strong one. So we've had appeals for penalties at both ends. Let's have a closer look here. There was nothing wrong with the tackle. Kept in by Gallego, acrobatically. Schuster now. And Real Madrid really have to lift themselves to get back into this tie. They trail 3-1 on aggregate. And we are into stoppage time in the first half, with Real Madrid in possession. Well, they were until Michel put it straight to his opponent Ancelotti. Now Donadoni. Donadoni getting it back from Gullit. Lovely approach play once more by AC Milan, and here's Donadoni. He'll take on Sanchez, getting his cross in as well, and here is Gullit, and that's three. Milan erupts. He teased him, and Gullit, who'd just been denied once with a header, was not to be denied this time. And can Real Madrid possibly come back from this? Gullit gets the third Milan goal. A delightful header from close range. Buyo could do nothing about it. And what a stunning first half performance it has been by the Italians. And Real Madrid are in some disarray now. 3 goals down on the night, 4-1 down on aggregate. And it will take a miracle for them to get back from this. They might have done it against other clubs, but surely not against the club of the stature of AC Milan. And that indeed signals the end of the scoreline. Goals from Ancelotti, Rijkaard and Gullit. Exciting as the first was. Confirmation there of those 3 goals scored by Ancelotti after 18 minutes, Rijkaard after 24 and Gullit on 45 minutes. Well, Real Madrid have got themselves out of some very tricky situations over the years, but they really will be escapologists if they can get themselves out of this one. I think that most of the Spanish supporters here in the stadium are resigned to the fact that it's going to be 3 successive semi-final defeats in the Champions Cup. But AC Milan will surely be professional enough to know that they have still got the 45 minutes, not just to play out, but to try and build on that advantage. And they do have the first free kick of the second half awarded by referee Ponnet. It's gone against Sanchez. So it's not been a happy night by any means so far for Real Madrid, as Donadoni takes the free kick and gives it to his right. Donadoni picking it up again and will try a shot straight away at the opening of the half. It'll be certainly interesting to see whether Leo Beenhakker makes any tactical substitutions. He's somehow got to get his way back into this tie, and the only way to do that is by scoring goals. And so far, people like Butragueño and Sanchez have had no opportunities whatsoever. Van Basten, what a good game he's having, and Van Basten is going past Chendo almost as though he didn't exist. He's still here, still trying to work a position for himself. And in the end, it's cleared, but not without some anxiety. Gordillo loses out, and Rijkaard was there once more. He's going to pick up the pieces. Find Colombo. Sotti kept calm. Rijkaard wriggles away from the challenge from Paco Llorente. Here's the cross, and Donadoni is just too high for him. Real Madrid just can't get their game together. As Donadoni slips it to Ancelotti. Buyo this time is alert. Well won by Paco Llorente. Martin Vasquez. Oh, that's a really poor ball from him. He looked up, thought about it, and still delivered the pass straight to the foot of Rijkaard. Donadoni, so influential in the midfield. Costa Curtis ball forward, again finds Rijkaard. And they're playing with some fluency now. Gullit inside the area. Van Basten! It's four! And the combination of the Dutchman was too hot again for Real Madrid to handle. Knocked over there by Gullit. And from that moment on, you always fancied Van Basten to finish it off. And he did so in style. From one Dutchman, Rijkaard, to a second, Gullit, to a third, Van Basten. Real Madrid trailed 4-0. And surely now, that date in Barcelona on May the 24th beckons AC Milan. And it will be all din and bedlam now in the stadium for the remaining minutes of this game. Just over 40 minutes left, but who could have anticipated a scoreline like that? When the two sides were drawn together, everybody predicted that one goal might separate them at the end of the day, but it's looking very much as though AC Milan are going to rout the opposition. And in a way, the occasion is tinged with sadness that Real Madrid are being torn to shreds. Not very often in their illustrious history can they have taken such a hiding as they are doing at the moment. But a tribute, and a great tribute it is, to AC Milan. They've had some great players over the years. One remembers the Brazilian Jose Altafini, Gianni Rivera. But now the names of Gullit and Van Basten and Rijkaard will rank with any of them. And I don't think they came expecting an avalanche, but they've certainly been treated to a very sophisticated performance. But only by one side, and the side they wanted. 4-0 it is, 5-1 on aggregate. What a marvellous 12 months it's turning out to have been for those three Dutchmen. All goal scorers on the evening. They're looking again, Donadoni. And he's worked extremely hard. He's just one of the players who has unhinged Real Madrid. Real Madrid just have to really compose themselves now and try and prevent a drubbing. Spanish football is played at such a tempo that there is always the danger against a side as quick as AC Milan of being caught out in possession, and that's happened on more than one occasion tonight. And again there you see Schuster was just hustled sufficiently to put him off his stroke, and when he delivered the pass it was into no man's land. And a real hubbub now is the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, and the talk here in Milan will be of nothing else between now and May the 24th. That is, unless Real Madrid stage the most miraculous comeback of all time. We've got a Mexican wave. I don't think Hugo Sanchez will appreciate that. But there will be certainly rapturous approval of the team's performance. They've never been in any trouble really. Only twice have Real Madrid threatened to prise open Milan's defence. On the other hand, they themselves have been caught napping. But here they do come. And Gordillo with a cross. of course, that when Real Madrid do play the ball in the air, they don't have much chance up front, because Sanchez, there he is, and Butragueño are really tiny men, neither of them more than 5'8". Good play again from Donadoni and Gullit. Chendo's in the way now. Schuster, what a disappointment for him, having left Barcelona last season for Real Madrid. As we know, Barcelona going through to a final on the same day as Real Madrid look like failing to do so. And the ball sportingly put out of play. I say sportingly, it was his own goalkeeper, of course, but Gullit is the man down, requiring the treatment. And it just occurs to me that it's so ironic that Real Madrid should go all season without a single defeat, and then they're going to suffer two within the space of 4 days. Things like that tend to happen in football. Here's Viadis, who came on as a substitute in Madrid 2 weeks ago. And much as Gullit is always a player to be missed, it's not a bad thing to be able to bring on a player of Viadis' talent and experience. Viadis, one of the veteran campaigners in Italian football, played in so many games in Europe over the years, and I suppose with such a lead, Milan can afford to bring off Gullit and make sure that he's going to be available for the final in 2 weeks. But they do have some important league games in between. Sympathetic applause then for Gullit. And Viadis will come on to take his place. Well, I think the stretcher is only a precautionary measure. Gullit probably fancies a lie down. He's scored a goal, and a vital one it was too, coming just on the stroke of half-time. So the ice pack administered to the knee, which is where he seems to have taken the knock. But it allows Viadis to figure in European competition again, wearing the number 16 shirt. Real Madrid, for their own respect, really want to get a goal quickly now. It's turning into a bit of a humiliation for them, and on these occasions they just want to hear the final whistle, unless, as I say, they can get a goal and just give themselves a semblance of hope. And there's the confidence mirrored in that throw by Gullit. It's easy to be confident when you're 4-0 up and 5-1 on aggregate. I don't think many pundits around the world would have predicted this scoreline. They really do seem to have knocked the heart out of Real Madrid. Butragueño turning only into trouble. Well taken by Viadis. Just the curtain. I think the crowd are wanting a bit more action now. They've got a taste for it, having seen 4 goals. Football fans the world over are impatient. If they've got 4, they want 5. If you've got 5, they want 6. And here's Van Basten. Ancelotti, he's got one. Oh, and it took a wicked deflection, and that one could have fooled Buyo. It'll be a corner. Ancelotti happy with his 3rd goal of the season. But it's been a compelling performance from AC Milan, and news of this will reverberate across Europe, particularly to Bucharest, where Stoya will know that they've got something on if they want to win the European Cup. Galatasaray will be a very different proposition, or will have been a different proposition. Been beaten on his near post like that, working it onto the left foot as he did, and to score from that sort of a distance was beyond the wildest dream for Donadoni maybe, but he's got the 5th Milan goal, and now that humiliation I was talking about is very, very real. An unbelievable scoreline. AC Milan 5, Real Madrid 0, and there is still half an hour to play. And the Italian fans can scarcely believe that this is happening before their very eyes. All the talk here of the last 2 weeks has been as how close it was going to be, how Real Madrid would not just accept that 1-goal scoreline from home, would be looking for a win. Turned out to be exactly the opposite, and it's a night of torment in Milan for Madrid. Paco Llorente, not even a scrap of comfort. Is going out at the end of this season as the coach to Real Madrid. There's talk of moving him upstairs, as they say. Well, I'm sure he wanted to go out on a happier note than this. It's one thing to be beaten in a semi-final, it's another to be destroyed. Here is Baresi, even he can afford the luxury of coming forward now. The ball is played wide, Ancelotti. Disappointing him. Well, when Baresi goes as far forward as that, you know that the game is won and lost. Milan 5, Real Madrid 0. I say it again, in case you think you're not seeing right. Llorente. Now there is a bit of a battle there with Gordillo. Sanchez, oh dear, and it's very easy to say that nothing has been seen of Hugo Sanchez. I think it's only fair to say too that he's received no service whatsoever from his midfield men. Schuster has been largely anonymous. I do have this free kick though, 10 yards outside Milan's penalty area. But it would only be a crumb of comfort if they were to get a goal. Michel. He too has been disappointing on the night. Probably had the best chance for Real with that angled shot. Filippo Galli. We'll have two Gallis on the field in a moment. Goalkeeper Giovanni and number 13 Filippo Galli. Time to come on with your side leading 5-0. It's good to be invited to the party. Baresi again was in so sharply then. He's not given Hugo Sanchez an inch. Martin Vasquez. Oh, he's done really well, and Martin Vasquez tripped right on the edge of the penalty area. And he was bursting into the gap. Now let's see where the offence took place. Martin Vasquez is there, and he stumbled at that point. A free kick given right on the edge, 2 or 3 yards outside the penalty area. Pretty long dive from there. But referee Pone wants the Milan wall back another 10 yards. Sanchez smacks in his shot straight into the wall. They're all onside here, so there must be a chance of a consolation. It's nodded away though, firmly too by Maldini. Gallego. And Maldini once more. 6-1 it is on aggregate, and it's not often in Italian football that these supporters ever see more than a couple of goals in a match. I suppose the most regular scoreline in Italy is 1-0, if not 0-0 on occasions. So it's been a feast for them. Now Paco Llorente. And again he's shown some willingness to run here, and they let him go. At least they've not given up the fight. They've shown some tenacity in the last few minutes, and it must be so easy to pack it in when you're 5 down. And Virdis. So Butragueño has hardly had the ball at his feet throughout the game. He has it now. Michel with a flat cross, comfortably smothered by Galli. Who knows, like everybody else in this team, that he's on his way to a European Cup final in Barcelona. There again, another irony, Real Madrid missing the chance to parade themselves in the stadium of their greatest rivals. But it's certainly looking like an Italian-Romanian final now, as Donadoni, who's just got 1 goal, gives a lovely ball to Ancelotti. Can they get 6? Oh, it's just flicked over the top of Virdis. Gallego, Schuster. That pass is really typical of the Real Madrid approach tonight. They've just never strung anything together at all. Their performance has been way below par after such a successful domestic season, and they've been the outstanding team by far. It must be a vast disappointment to come here and play like this. So much always expected of a team with the greatest name in club football, of course. And Real Madrid, having won this competition in the first 5 years of its inception, and hoping to make a 7th victory. It's not going to be. Gullit loses out once more, but this time the referee says that is worth a free kick. Right on the halfway line. The tackle was by Costa. Chendo and Michel, but again the build-up snuffed out by Baresi, who has been as impeccable as always. And here he is now. He certainly sets a stirring example in defence, and it must be very comforting for those in front of him to know that Baresi is there. We've just gone past the midpoint of the second half. AC Milan have scored 5 goals without reply. And they've played it so well, they've denied Real Madrid any space at all in midfield, as a result of which the service to the frontman, Sanchez and Butragueño, has been minimal. Donadoni, lovely weighted pass again. The tendency, I suppose, now will be for them just to ease off the accelerator. The Italians so love their football and are so passionate about it that there will be great thrill for the nation in getting to another European Cup final. That was just a little bit too lax. Butragueño not been able to enhance his reputation at all as a goal poacher extraordinaire. Gullit has got a man wide on his left, that is Paco Llorente, who now has the ball. To come inside, and the temptation has been to run at people and try and run through them for Real Madrid. It's been their only way. Easily cut out once more by Maldini, who's had a splendid match, the youngster, and made his international debut when he was just 19 years of age. Rijkaard. And they're content now just to stroke the ball around. The sting has been taken out of the game by those 2 second-half goals. It was bad enough for Real Madrid going in 3 down, but to find themselves 5 down in an hour was unthinkable. And a night of despair for their coach. Llorente gets it back from Butragueño. Now he's shown a willingness to run at defences all night, and Paco Llorente, well, it was a good effort really. He took his shot on the run, snapshot, got the merest of deflections, otherwise I think it certainly would have been on the target. And he's one of the very few Madrid players to come out of the game with any credit. Easily away. Chendo sweeps the ball across for Gallego. Once more the momentum has been lost and the ball has been lost as well. But Van Basten was just inside the Madrid half, so he was offside. But again, it was a question of Real Madrid really shooting themselves in the foot, giving the ball away, and lucky to get away with it. Paco Llorente once more, and he's inside the penalty area, and a little nudge. referee didn't concur. Maldini, intelligent ball forward for Ancelotti. They're making sure they're not offside. Rijkaard takes it. Now Donadoni. Well, not one of the better moments. It's amazing, isn't it, how fans will applaud almost anything when your team's leading 5-0. 6-1 in the overall situation. And that really is academic. "5-0 with just over a quarter of an hour to go." Well, I suppose the main question really to be asked now is whether Milan can add to this 5. Make it around half dozen maybe. Virdis, oh, good pass through. Gallego had just seen it in time. Two players perhaps just going through the motions a little now. Sanchez. And to use a phrase that's so often used in football, Real Madrid, we'll just watch here as Butragueño gets past his marker. I was going to say we'll be left to concentrate on the league for the rest of the season. There's no doubt their aspirations in the Champions Cup are dying here. But they now will go back and try and clinch their 3rd successive Spanish league title. They're well clear of Barcelona at the moment. That takes on even more importance in the light of tonight's result. Oh, nicely done indeed. Marco van Basten has shown us his full repertoire. What about that for a pass to Virdis? Gallego is there just to get in ahead of Ancelotti, but they're not out of the wood yet. And strikes it way over the top of the crossbar. Rijkaard unable to just keep that ball down. He it was who got the second of the goals this evening. And a crucial one it was too in the final analysis. It was the one that really knocked the stuffing out of Madrid in the first half, and then that third one by Gullit on half-time finished them off. There's Butragueño once more carrying the fight to Milan. Too many men around him. The blanket defence paid off. And now Ancelotti has got Donadoni on his outside. Still has the ball. Baresi. Oh, a lovely ball. Just to give us by surprise. They're almost playing chess now. They're just sizing up the moves and delivering them at their own pace. And once more, a disappointing finish for Real. Michel strolls back, almost agonised, to his right flank position. And this will be seen as a night of disaster for Spanish football. So much always expected of Real Madrid. Van Basten quite happy to concede that pass to Gallego. In front of him, another of the players who a lot of more was expected of him, has not been able to deliver the goods, nor is Hugo Sanchez, but Schuster gets in a fine effort. That's one of the better efforts on the night, certainly from the West German. Hugo Sanchez laying it invitingly back into his path. The strike was good, just off the target. Schuster. They really are ambling at the moment, one or two of these players. Michel will try and introduce a bit of urgency. Tassotti able to keep it in play from the dead ball line, but then running it out. And that's a good ball from Schuster to Butragueño. The little back flick was intended for Gordillo. I think he's run it out of play. And again, that sums up Real Madrid's night. Just nothing has gone right for them. The Spanish champions are going out here with their heads bowed. But it's a night of total ecstasy for AC Milan, the club that was founded by a group of English and Italian businessmen back in 1899, and they're 10 minutes away from a European Cup final appearance against Steaua Bucharest of Romania, victors, as we saw during the interval, over Galatasaray. And there is little left for Leo Beenhakker there to contemplate. So Rijkaard for AC Milan, bringing play inside the Spanish half. And again, Baresi lopes forward. Lovely ball as well, and Van Basten, I think he might have had a crack himself then, having worked his way into a shooting position. I suppose the Italian champions will think there is not much point in expending any more energy than is necessary now in these few remaining minutes of the game. They'll be hailed as national heroes in the morning for a performance of this quality, and some stunning finishing from Ancelotti in 18, Rijkaard 24, Gullit in 45, Van Basten 3rd minute of the second half, and then Donadoni, the last of those 5 goals. Donadoni again. Hugo Sanchez, so much wanted to be a part of a European Cup final. The man who's been 4 times the leading goal scorer in Spanish domestic football. He's never had a sniff of a goal tonight. So the closing minutes of the game, none of the Milan supporters want to go home because they want to be there at the final whistle to cheer and show the appreciation to their side. Every one of them heroes for them. And from the moment really that Ancelotti beats Buyo with that spectacular and speculative shot after 18 minutes, it's been one-way traffic. I suppose everybody wants to get on the score sheet now, which is why Maldini was so far forward. Real Madrid have just recovered maybe a little bit of self-esteem by not conceding anything in the latter stages of the game, and here they're trying to contrive a goal for themselves. Certainly Paco Llorente has tried as hard as anyone. corner now for Real Madrid then. So little time for them which to do anything in this match. Virdis it is, who just loops the ball over the top with delightful ease. Rijkaard leaving it for Donadoni. Now Costa Curta. He's been playing instead of Ivani in this game. What a match to come in for. Just a little feeling of anticlimax perhaps in the last few minutes, with the pace having slackened. But such was the quality of that first hour's play by AC Milan that nobody could have failed to have enjoyed this masterful performance, and they are still looking for another goal as Van Basten is denied by Gallego. He didn't get the free kick he asked for. But Marco Van Basten can look forward now to another final, featured so heavily of course in Holland's European Championship triumph, scoring that truly spectacular goal in the final against the Soviet Union. And they only have 5 minutes left to wait to salute their team. It's been a marvellous and memorable night in Milan for all these players in the famous old red and black stripes. I'm sure that Real Madrid's players can hardly wait to get back into the sanctuary of their dressing room. There will be no heroes welcome for them in Madrid in the morning. Michel will try a shot, and that didn't succeed either. So Van Basten brings Milan clear. Has support on his right too. The ball played wide here is for Ancelotti. And Virdis trying to tee it up for Donadoni. Back for Virdis. Gordillo was the man who got across there to take the ball literally off Virdis' toe end. So perhaps a 20-year wait is going to be ended for the Italians. It was back in 1969 that they last took the European Cup, but for Leo Beenhakker there is to be no such appearance this season. And he must feel quite dejected by the events of the evening. This has just not been a performance of any character at all by Real Madrid. They succumbed very early in the match, and one would suggest that they haven't really ever had the stomach for the fight, having been held in their own stadium 2 weeks ago. Now the quick break is on for Ancelotti. Nice ball as well, played out wide for Donadoni. Kick, but on the other hand they give it away, and once more desperate defending. We do apologise for the occasional breakup of your picture and sound. I hope the interference hasn't affected your enjoyment of the evening. Ball running through for Michel, who's got Sanchez running ahead of him now. Has to keep coming left. He's got Paco Llorente outside him, and Francisco Paco Llorente is caught offside. And so it looks as though there's going to be nothing on this night for Real. Coming up shortly, of course, a roundup of all the European action this evening, plus the highlights for you from the game in Italy between Sampdoria and Mechelen of Belgium. So don't you think of going to bed just yet. There's a lot of excellent football to come. As the ball is turned here for Virdis. He's got Gallego in front of him. But Virdis, if he'd have thought of a square pass, I think Rijkaard might have been a scorer. And just look at that record of Virdis. 17 goals in 25 appearances in European competition. Corner it is. Donadoni takes yet another one. Baresi. And Tassotti just had a little bit of keep ball with Costa Curta. And we're now into time added on, and surely referee Pone will put Real Madrid out of their misery before long. And it certainly has been a night of misery for the men from Madrid. But what a roar will go up on the final whistle for the Milanese players. It's been a marvellous performance from them. They really took a stranglehold on the game as early as the 24th minute, when they were 2-0 up and 3-1 on aggregate. They've since increased it to 6-1 on aggregate, and there indeed is the final whistle here in the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. A truly magnificent performance by the home side. They've utterly destroyed Real Madrid. 5 goals on the night from Ancelotti, Rijkaard, from Gullit, Van Basten and Donadoni. 5 nearly.